I would like to share with you a little story about my little black cat. She's a sweet little girl. She came home one night in my son Jesse's pocket after he got off work off a graveyard shift. He was just heading out to come home, and somebody came up into the parking lot and said, "Dude, would you hold my cat?" So he took the cat, and the guy got in his truck and peeled out of the parking lot as fast as he could go. And Jesse said, "Stop! You forgot your cat!" And he said, "Dude, it's your problem now." And away he went. Well, it was in the middle of the night, and Jesse didn't want to leave this little kitten by herself, so he put her in his pocket and brought her home. And Dribble, as we named her, she's all black, and she's got a kind of a coffee-colored stain down her front chin, so we named her Dribble. She fit right into our family and immediately staked out her favorite spot in the house, which is on the front porch, right next to the door. Now, Dribble very quickly proved herself to be a natural hunter. And as soon as she was able to get out and fight little fierce creatures, she started bringing home mice and moles and all the little presents for us that were there left on the doorstep. And we started giving her cans of tuna to kind of encourage the mole portion. But as she got a little bit more skilled, she started going after bigger things like squirrels and birds. One time I actually saw her. She leaped straight up off the ground, about 5 feet up in the air to catch a bird as it was just taken off. Snatched it right out of the air. This cat was good. So one day, Mike and I had been out, my husband and I, and we came home, and there on our front doorstep was a pretty good-sized fish skeleton. Now, we live down at the bottom of Columbia Heights, and it's on a hill, and there's no streams around, so I don't know where this fish was coming from. I thought, wow, Dribble's pretty good. So it was kind of half chewed and smelly, so we threw it away. Well, a couple of days later, we come home, and there's a bigger fish skeleton. And again, we got rid of it, and a couple of days later, here's a third one. We thought, where in the world is this coming from? And Mike said, the house up the hill on the corner, isn't there a koi pond in their yard? And we dawned on us what was going on, and so we were really glad to be disposing of the evidence. So, and one night, there was another night, we were out sitting on the front porch and just kind of enjoying some lemonade in the evening, and we heard a rustle, and around the corner of the house, just running pell-mell, was this raccoon, just covered with blood, just bleeding profusely, and it kind of hobbled and limped off as fast as it could into the brush, and we looked over, and here comes Dribble, right behind it, just kind of licking her paws. Well, we were really surprised a few days later when we come home and found a deer carcass in our front yard. And there was Dribble sitting on the porch, licking her front paws. So, you know, and there used to be, for some of you that may live in the area, there's a small herd of elk that kind of wander Columbia Heights area. Well, they would, you know, ours is a wooded backyard, and we'd see them quite a lot, especially during the winter months, but, you know, we haven't seen a single elk this year. Not a single one. It really surprised us. Which, speaking of not being seen, this actually gave us an idea. Last summer, we were having a problem with prowlers in our neighborhood, because there's a house across the street from us that's vacant. And so what we did is we left the garage door open a little bit so the cat could get in and out. We haven't had any problems with prowlers since. Not a single break-in our neighborhood. But I remember about this time we did find something strange in our yard that looked sort of like skinned sausage links. They looked kind of like, we threw them away. But what really has us concerned most of anything is that we haven't heard from our son in a couple weeks. He had come up to visit. He moved out of the house a few months ago, and so he came up to visit, but the last time he saw him, he was on his way up to the car, but he stopped in the driveway to pet the cat. So for those of you that know Jesse, please have him call and check in with his folks. We want to make sure everything's okay. We need to let him know that we've decided to put our house on the market. So come on up and see it. You know, it's bottom of Columbia Heights, tan house with green shutters, and there's a little black cat that sits on the front porch. So, by the way, the cat comes with the house.